In this section, I will explain you the routing in ASP.NET Core MVC. In our application, we have the different controller for our application, and we receive the request. So MVC Core, we will map the request and we choose which controller 1 or controller 2 or controller 3, and this is the routing. So what is the routing? It's mapping URL to endpoint. We receive the request, and MVC routing, he will map the URL and you choose which controller and which action. And also he generate the links, and you will see after the different links. For example, I give you one example. In our project library books, we have, for example, the list of books. So here the book is the name of the controller and the list is the action. And after the router, it's view, it's HTML and CSS. So this is a big picture for routing in ASP.NET Core MVC. So we have the URL, it must be the name of the controller and the name of action. Now we will see working with segment. For example, I give you one example. We have this link with the book, it's the name of the controller, the details is the name of action, and which book. So it's the ID of the book, it's 1. And for that, this value 1, and for that, our URL, it must be the name of the controller and the name of the action and the ID. So this is a big picture about the routing in ASP.NET MVC. And we go in our application and I show where is the different middleware of routing. So we go back to our application, and in our application we have startup. And startup, the first middleware is using routing, and the second using endpoint, and here we have the map controller route. When we receive the request, so the name of the controller and the action and the ID. The ID, it's optional. It can be null or there is value. For this moment, we have by default we used the controller book and the action list. For the next lecture, we'll add the controller home, and for that, for the next lecture, we can do home and index to go by default to go the controller home and the action index. So now we return like this, and for the next lecture we create the controller home.